If you're the face of your business, using a portrait of yourself in the hero section or the top section of your homepage is always a good idea. But what if it's not in the budget just yet to hire a professional photographer to take one for you? Well, let's go over how you can take your own self-portrait and get it to fit just right on your website. Hi, I'm Alli, and I help emerging entrepreneurs like you level up your business online with a brand and a website that makes a connection with your dream clients. And when you show your face smiling and looking directly at the camera, you'll find making that connection to be so much easier. People really want to know who they'll be working with. And if you're the face of your brand, using a picture of yourself first thing on your website makes total sense. Now, I know that you have a list of a zillion things to do when you're just starting up a business, and sometimes it's not in the cards just yet to hire a professional photographer. If that's the case and you do want to take your own self-portrait to use in the hero section of your website, it's totally possible. In fact, I recently did this so that I could share with you the steps that you need to take in order to create an image of yourself that not only fits with your brand, but also fits in the space that you have allotted for it on your website. Step one is to choose your layout. The first thing you need to do is decide what type of layout you want to use for the hero section of your website. Do you want to use an image that runs the full width of the screen, or would you prefer to appear partially on that section? Where will your big message go? Do you want it to be on the left, the right, or right in the center? Will you use a background color or an overlay behind the text? Once you've decided the layout that you want to use for your hero section, the second step is to search for inspiration. Now that you know whether you need a landscape or a portrait-shaped image and exactly where you need to appear inside of the image so that the text fits properly, go in search of some photos to use as inspiration for your own photo shoot. You can look at other websites or do a stock photo search to find photos that would fit. For my website, I was looking for a very horizontal photo that would run the full width of the screen. I needed to be on the right side of the image with plenty of space on the left for text. So after my search, I narrowed my inspiration down to a few images. Step 3 is to test your inspiration images inside of your layout. So what you're going to do is take those inspirational images and try them out inside of your website. When you test the images inside of your layout, you'll quickly see what composition is going to work best for your needs. Step 4 is to set up your shot to match the inspiration image that you've chosen. Now, I didn't have the same background, of course, but I found a nice corner of my house that I thought would work really well that has neutral colors inside of it. So if you use an area with dark or bold colors, they might reflect back onto your face. So just be careful of that. I also washed the windows behind me and the mirror that was going to be behind me in the image, as well as picked up any extra clutter that I could find. And then I took my kitchen table and I shoved it into the corner of the room. The next thing I did was attach my phone to a tripod. But if you don't have a tripod, you could always set your phone up on a stack of books on a piece of furniture, for example. Then set the camera timer and start testing the composition of the image. Now you could run back and forth to your phone, setting the timer and getting yourself back into position like my dad always did when taking our family Christmas pictures. But it'd be so much easier if you had either a helper to help push the button, or you could use an Apple Watch like I did to help you push the button while you're in position. And did you even know that you can set up a voice command on your phone to take the picture for you? There are lots of ways that you can make this happen. It will take some trial and error to get the composition of your image just right. So be patient and just keep testing and making changes and testing some more until you get it just right. I was really surprised to find how close I had to have my camera to where I was actually sitting so that I fit the composition in just the right way. So just keep working at it until you get it to match your inspiration picture as best you can. Step 5 is to improve your lighting. composition. One of the most difficult and important things to get right when taking your self-portrait is the lighting. If the room is too dimly lit, you'll have poor image quality when using an automatic camera like a webcam or a smartphone. Ideally, you can light up the room with a nice, soft, and diffused light. Windows that let in indirect light are always really helpful, and you can help to diffuse that light by hanging a sheer curtain over them. You can also take a light and bounce it off of the wall in front of you. Just be sure, again, that that's not a dark, bold color that will be reflecting back onto you. Just know that pointing a light directly toward you is not very flattering and should be avoided when taking your portrait. The final step is to select your image and edit it. Once you've snapped a bunch of pictures and you've got some variety to choose from, go through them all and select your favorite. Then you want to use a photo editing tool like Photoshop or GIMP, which is free, so that you can do any final color correcting and editing that you might need for your image. I bumped up the brightness to make myself pop off the page a bit more, and I balanced the color to make the image tone more even and neutral. I also went in and removed this large dark shelf that was cluttering up the background, which I would have removed physically before I took the picture, but it was too heavy to move on my own. It can be really frustrating to go through the process of having an entire photo shoot set up for yourself just to find out that the images that you took don't work inside of the layout at all. This is why planning the layout and the composition of the image beforehand works so well. It will save you a ton of time and headache, and you'll get it right the first time. Now, if you're wondering what makes a good hero image in the first place, there are 6 things that you need to consider. So click the video that's on the screen right now. But before you do, click subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. I'll see you next time.